Today, I'm sitting down with the absolutely incredible Camellia, or a phenomenal alternative at the very least, a friend of mine, Oofy, to discuss the future of Wuthering Waves. Everything 1.4, 2.0, 2.1 has to offer, characters, content, story exploration. If you're looking for another gacha creator to follow that covers Wuthering Waves extensively in ways that other creators don't, then I will have a link to Oofy's socials down in the description below.
And if you want to win your 50/50 for Camellia, then don't forget to like this video and subscribe so that you could stay up to date with all of the gacha game news.
What is your, what's your experience in Wuthering Waves so far? Like, how long have you been playing for? How actively do you play?
So I've been playing Wuthering Waves since it came out, actually the betas too. And I was always excited for the lore because I'm a lore person. So I was really excited for the story. And especially from the beta and the story changing and all that stuff. I really like the way the story is going. And I think it's got a lot of good lore, of course. I've made a ton of videos like explaining the lore and stuff.
Which are all incredible, by the way.
Thank you. I'm very excited. We went to Black Shores and that was awesome. And the way, like the pacing that we're going with these new regions and new places is like really good pacing because we got all the Black Shores done in like two patches, and them hinting at Renacida. They've like with Camellia and everything and flowers. I hope, you know, we get some new Federation and some Renacida, you know, crumbs hopefully soon. But I'm really excited. The only other thing that I would want is more hot men characters.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'm missing from the game.
That's okay. My wife is the same way. She, you know, she loves Chongli and she loves Shorekeeper. She loved Yinlin, but at the same time, I don't know if you really liked Shangli Yao. Mrs. Sticks, my wife,
I do.
So does everyone else, but my wife, she was like, God, he is the most basic bitch I have ever seen.
I thought that at first. Whenever I saw his splash art, I was like, he's kind of meh, very 4-star vibes. But then you got to meet him in the like festival quest, and he's so sweet. Oh, it made me love him. And his in-game models of the characters, for some reason, look so much better than the splash art. They just make them feel more alive, I guess, because they're 3D. But I just loved him so much more after seeing him in game. I love him.
When she saw him in game, she was like, "Hey, babe, he kind of reminds me of Welt from Honkai Star Rail," and I was like, "Okay."
That is so funny. Oh God, that's kind of true.
What about?
Yeah, I'm very excited for Camellia though. Obviously.
I couldn't tell. No, not at all.
Yes, I have been waiting for her since day one. So this was obviously planned. I was like, I have to, as soon as that cosplay comes out, I am getting it because I need her. I need her and I need to be her.
I actually saw some of the tweets you made of the like TikTok videos. I've seen you channeling her.
Yeah, there's a clip of me from my last Twitch stream where I showed chat my cosplay and then proceeded to do the back bend and cracked every bone in my 30-year-old body.
That's okay. I'm very much the same way. When I lift weights, like the first like half hour is just pop, go back down, more pop. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Are you excited for Geshu?
Yes. Oh my God, that's another one. He's kind of been on the back burner for me, but since he is a hot man, I am excited for him, and I really hope, because people want him to be playable. I'm still on the fence on whether or not I think he will be playable or not, considering he like disappeared and whatnot, but it never said that he died, so.
Exactly.
So who knows, but I will take all the new hot men.
Geshu or Scar?
Scar.
Really? Is that because of his personality?
Yeah,
or-
it's because he's crazy. It's because he's fucking batshit. I like him a little unhinged.
You do play Love in Deep Space, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I do love Silas.
Oh, that's him. Okay. Well, oh.
Yeah, that's Silas.
Wait, so you have a type.
Yes.
White-haired pretty boys that
Oh
are a
my
little
God.
fucked up.
Oh my god! Wait, Scar does have white hair. Shit, you're so right. You're so right. Oh my god, I just had a revelation.
I know, I was here to witness it, so we're potentially tens of thousands of other people.
Yes, oh my god. I also love Asterion from Baldur's Gate. What the heck?
We all have types.
I do have a type. That's crazy. But yeah, I do want to see more Scar. I do hope we get more Fraxidus lore, because they be doing some sussy things.
So, what do you think about 1.3 though? Because people are very divided. I thought it was really freaking good. Like, you know, there are evidently a few issues that I had, but they were very minor issues. But generally, I thought the story was actually surprisingly well done. I love the focus on Shorekeeper, you know, without spoiling, you know, anything really. I love the focus on Shorekeeper, and I love the like multi-layered Black Shores area. How it has like multiple levels of the world. I thought that was really cool.
Yes, that was so cool. Yeah, I thought 1.3 was really good. Because for one, it wasn't super long. So it was like you were able to do it in like, I mean, honestly, like one setting, but like 2 settings, and you're able to actually comprehend what you just read or like what you just witnessed. And it was just short enough to learn everything and to get what the story was trying to tell you without it being like over convoluted or like overly redundant and yappy with like just unnecessary weird dialogue, like personality dialogue and stuff like that. But like small talk, I hate when story quests have this weird random like 10 minutes of just small talk, and I'm like, can we get to the quest story, please? Can we talk about the important things? And so that's what I really liked about 1.3, because they really only, if words were said, it was lore. So it was good. And of course, yeah, all the Shorekeeper stuff too.
Yeah, I was actually no, I probably shouldn't. I mean, people should have played it by right. Like,
yeah,
I was kind of disappointed we didn't see Camellia.
Yeah,
in the Black
that was
Shores,
one thing. I think if they're gonna do another like quest before we leave Black Shores, I hope Camellia will be in it, because there's gotta be some sort of transition between Black Shores and the next place. So I'm sure Camellia will probably have some sort of weird, because she has traveled to Jinzhou to meet us. Well, I guess so has Alto, but yeah, I just want to see her. I want to see her again. I want her to attack us again. That would be nice. I want another nice little scene like that.
1.1 so far was a major story patch. 1.2 was like semi-filler, and then 1.3 was a major patch. 1.4 seems like it's gonna feature Camellia as a, or not seems like, will feature Camellia as a limited banner character, which means theoretically she should be involved in the story. But if she is involved in the story and it's a filler patch, I'm not really sure that it'll have the impact that it would have were it to further the story necessarily.
Yeah, I think it'll be similar to the Mount Firmament stuff, where it was like pretty, like there was good lore bits, but well, I guess the Mount Firmament quest is a really good comparison, because I personally didn't enjoy it. Like it just kind of felt like it felt like they were like, big lore reveal, but it was like, we already knew that. Like, why are you telling us this? Like, we've never heard it before, and we know this. So like, it was just kind of meh. But I think it's gonna be hopefully more about Camellia in her like backstory, hopefully, and maybe a little bit of like where she's from, and then that may be like where we're going to next or something. Hopefully, I don't know. if she is going to be in any sort of quest. But I'm excited.
Oh no, same here, and so is Mrs. Sticks. She actually, she does, like, she plays through the entire story and like the character stories and stuff, and then she records every second of footage. And then after it's over, she does a small little several minute like compilation of the best scenes. And then I upload it to my channel. And then people are always like, oh my God, Sticks, you're so talented. Your level of attention to detail is incredible. I didn't know you were this good at making YouTube videos. And I'm like, ha ha ha. Yeah, I am. I'm awesome like that. But it was
yes, I am. That's great.
She's very, very excited for that. I am too. Unfortunately, how's your luck with you know, actually acquiring the characters? Because mine is horrifically low. I fail every 50-50. I make it to 50-50 every time, and then I make it to hard pity. So like every single gacha game I play, you know, Genshin, Star Rails, Zenless, Nikke, I have never won a 50-50 since I started this channel like 2 years ago. And it is widely known throughout like so many communities how horrible my gacha, my actual luck is in gacha games. I've failed every 50-50 in WoA. Every character, I have every character so far. Every character has cost me $250 to get.
Oh my God. What?
Yeah.
That is insanity. How? Like, I feel like that's like impossible.
Statistically,
because I thought my luck was bad, but that's like, that is crazy levels. Holy shit. Yeah, what did you do to the RNG gods? They hate you.
It is actually so enjoyed by my community that,
oh, I'm sure,
like when I on release days of stuff, or not even release days, when I'm doing like a pull day, viewership goes, it goes up to like 400, 600, 800 people watching to watch me fail my polls so they can laugh hysterically at me. And then after I spend my $250 to get the character, you know, like 500 people just leave because they're like, well, he got it, you know, fuck.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's how bad it's gotten.
That's so sad. Oh my God. Well, my luck is pretty bad, but I try to be really good at trying to play the game and getting all of the free-to-play little gems and diamonds that I can get. But as of literally the last couple of months, I have not been doing that at all. So I have had my mod play Wuthering Waves for me on my account, so that way I can have more Asterite for when Camellia comes, because the plan was to save since day one, and I was only going to pull for Yinlin. And so then Changli came out, and I pulled for Changli, and then Zhizhi came out, and I attempted to pull for her. I did 30 pulls and gave up and was like, nope.
Wait, you never got Zhezha?
Nope. Nope.
I'm
sure
so sorry. She's adorable, and her combat style is actually very fun. I mean, it's terrible.
It's so cute.
She's terrible.
So fucking cute.
No, she's a terrible character. You didn't miss out at all on not obtaining her.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Because I was like, because in Honkai Impact 3rd, one of the characters, like main characters that I use is like she has a similar, like she uses a paintbrush and is like painting, and she very, very similar to her animations. So I was like, God, I want, but nope, I had to save for Camellia. So I still do not have, I think I'm at like 40. I have 40 wishes for her.
That's it?
With 0 pity, yeah.
Oh shit.
And 50-50, so it's not even guaranteed.
Did you get Shorekeeper?
No, I didn't pull for her.
Oh my God.
No, I didn't. I was like, I love Shorekeeper so much. I have to stay strong. I have to stay strong. So.
Who do you have?
Yeah.
Do you have Yinlin then?
I have Yinlin. I have Changli. So I use Yinlin, Changli, Kalkaro, Verena. Encore's on the back burner because I used her first. I used her and Kalkaro first. And then I got Yinlin. So then Yinlin took the main spot. And now that I have Changli, I just use Cheng-Li and then one of the other characters, either Cheng-Li Yao or usually Calcaro.
That's okay. I don't have like meta teams either. People always come into the stream and they're like, why are you using Yinlin and Gion? And I'm like, because I like Yinlin. And I like
because
Gion.
These are the characters I have. That is my response.
I've built up Gion, and that is all I had built up in, 5 months of playing. And I just finally got a decent build for Shorekeeper. So people are like, why are you using Gion, Yinlin, and Shorekeeper? And it's like, because they're the only 3 characters above level 70.
Yeah. My characters are still level 70. All of them. Well, all my main ones. I literally have 5, probably not even 5 characters that are above 60. It's a little behind.
So what we're saying is we're not actually great Wuthering Waves creators.
No, I'm a lore streamer, and that's 60, 70, that's all I need. I just raised my my world level. So now I am having to get my characters above level 70, which is work that I'm not used to.
Which is work for your mod.
Yeah, really. And yeah, so as long as I can do the story, we're good. That's all I need.
See, I've explored a grand total of like 30% of each map, maybe 35%, and people don't shock face me. Chat does that enough as is. They're like, dude, you play it for like, dozens and dozens of hours a week. How have you explored like 30%?
What are you doing?
I know, and like, the side quests you need to do to like heal parts of the world, to remove the fog from the area. Like, I still haven't done any of that yet. I haven't done a single side quest in the game. Like,
I just did one of those. I did the banyan tree or whatever. I just did that one. I haven't done any Jinjo's stuff since we like went to Mount Firmament. So I'm like going back through and like trying to do all the other exploration quests, and then trying to find all of the like obscure lore quests, because they like to hide that shit. They hide it in like these little side quests that you would never think to even do, that are just little throwaway quests, like, oh, it's just a fetch quest, no big deal. And then you do it. Of course, it's not voiced. It's all just readable dialogue, and then it has some stuff about like the rover in her past incarnation, and I'm like, they're just gonna put this in like a side quest that no one's gonna play. So I love those.
So what you're saying is this is why people should go and watch your streams in your YouTube channel?
Exactly, because I explain all of the quests
that they don't even know exist.
Exactly. Yep. So far I think I've got 3 videos. I've got like a main story. I've got 1 side quest video on there.
With more to come.
Yes, with much more to come.
So make sure you subscribe.
They kind of all get like blended into like a theory video, and then I just end up talking about like 5 different quests in the span of 1 single video. So it's always just chaos.
Hey, that works. You can binge it that way. Sit down, go play Wuthering Waves.
Yeah, go play Wuthering Waves.
While listening to the lore on it. There you go.
Exactly. Yeah, my last video was almost 30 minutes. No, it was like 30 minutes. I don't even remember now. It's a blur, but it was long.
So what are you hoping for from 2.0?
I am, of course, hoping for lore, obviously, because I want to know, I want more world building. We kind of already know that Rover is like a, she reincarnates and over again, and she's like the savior or whatever, but I want more world lore. Like, the goddess, and like, is it the planet like isolated, or are there other planets and things? Because they talked about, the port city of Guizhou was trying to achieve space travel and was almost there, but then mysteriously the lament happened. So obviously something's going on where they don't want them to leave the planet. I'm getting into crack theory area, but I want more world building and lore.
Makes sense.
And hot men.
in that order, or?
Hotman #1 priority.
Okay, there we go. You got your priorities straight. Thankfully, it does seem as though Kudo are, at the very least, entertaining the idea of releasing like a male character every other patch. So, because we had, Jian was the first limited banner character. We had Shang Liao. We had, wait, is that it? I think that was it, right? Because there was Alto, Yuan Wu, Kakaro, Jian, Shang Liao, the monkey boy, tiger boy, Mortifi, yeah, and then the tiger boy, I always forget his name, Ling Yang.
Yeah, Ling Yang, something like that.
Yeah, I think that's all. Wait, have they only released 2 male characters in the
Because
banner?
Ling Yang was the 5-star, the limited 5-star. Jian was a limited 5-star, and then Shang Liao.
Wait, Ling Yang was a limited banner? I think you could get him with the 5-star selector.
Yeah, that's what it was. I think so, because people just keep losing to him, so he's standard.
Yeah.
And Kalkaro's also standard.
Okay, because it went Jian, Yinlin, and then 1.1 had Jinse Changli, 1.2 had Zheja Shang Liao, 1.3 had Shorekeeper Yoha, and then 1.4 is Camellia and the Mouse Girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess 2.0.
Man!
2.0 in theory should have a male character if they follow through with this, but that is a small amount of male characters.
God, we're starving.
If Love and Deep Space has taught us anything, it is that male characters can actually sell.
Absolutely.
They just
male
have to be,
characters absolutely sell.
They just have to be really hot male characters, not your,
yes,
you know, like as much as I actually
no femboys. No Vinties.
Oh yeah, no.
Those would sell too, I'm sure. I'm sure there's a market for it. But I think for Wuthering Waves, a hot big men are the way to go for sure.
And you mean big muscles by that, right?
Yes. Yes, big muscles and a big personality.
Oh yeah. Big muscles, big personality, and a very big package.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay. I feel like they're, you know, because when Yinlin sold as good as she did, and then like they released Chongli, and you know with Shorekeeper and everything, people were under the impression that you know Kudo are gonna focus, I think, largely on female characters. They at least, with the release of Jian, with the release of Shang Liao, have proven that they're, you know, even somewhat interested in creating male characters. So I hope for 2.0 is at least Scar, or someone that is like menacingly attractive, like unconventionally, like, you know, not pretty boy, but like really badass psycho, because I think they're the kinds of characters that people are most interested in, definitely.
Absolutely, because I think that's why people don't really like, people like Jian, but I don't think people really like, they like him as like a character that you can play in the game, not as in like a hot man, because he's like very one-dimensional. Not in the literal sense, but he's like he's just
serious,
you know,
stoic.
He's very serious. Like he doesn't really. I mean, he's, you know, you can tell he does care about Rover, and like, but it's very surface level. Like he doesn't really have any quirks or anything other than like his weird, sad backstory with Geshu Lin and all that junk. But
yeah, Jian kind of seems like the character that would just like, you know, you'd see him and like something horrible would happen, and then Jian would come up and he'd just like pat you on the head and then walk away. Like that's that's about as expressive as he is as a character.
Very like unemotional. Scar, on the other hand, fucking unhinged psychopath that I am absolutely obsessed with. So
I think that's
I
also,
love Scar.
I think that's the reason also people are so excited about Camellia, because of the scene, not scenes, plural.
Yes.
Scene. The one scene where she was psycho. That has made her like peak in terms of popularity. It's not because of her appearance, because like, you know, it was made evident the kind of characters people like with the sales numbers of Yinlin and Chongli. So evidently, you know, guys are very interested in the big booba, you know, voluptuous ladies, but Camellia, I think, is gonna like outsell those, not because of how she looks, but her personality, which I think is proof that making good characters is better than making good-looking characters.
Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. And I will die on that. Oh gosh. Because I feel like that's kind of how I feel about Star Rail. Because there's a lot of characters in Star Rail that look really good that they're just kind of mid as far as like getting to know them and like their personalities. But I think Star Rail itself kind of has a problem with that because of the volume of characters they have and everything. You're just not very connected to them. But like Honkai Impact 3rd, you get like connected to the characters. Like you will know those characters very, very well. So I think that it's just a difference.
What do you think
I
about?
I hope Wuthering Waves does. I hope Wuthering Waves does more good characters over good looking.
100%.
Yeah.
Concerning the, because I know this is also a bit of a contentious topic, but the relationship that Rover seems to have with every single character, like, you think that's a good thing or a bad thing? Like, I feel like every character, female or male, ever since like Yinlin, they have kind of like fawned over him or her to an extent. You know, even Shang Liao was very, suggesting some very serious things with Rover, and people are like, oh, it's great, we're creating this like harem of characters, and other people are like, I hate the fact that every character wants to fuck Rover. Like,
yeah, I have seen a lot of people talk about the Rover harem and everything. And at first, when I first saw that, I was kind of like coping, and I was like, it's not really. I mean, I guess Yinlin was kind of that way. Why are they making Yang Yang that way? They're like really pushing Yang Yang that way. But Shorekeeper, I was like, okay, well, this is a acceptance or exception because she's like, it's a different dynamic with Shorekeeper, but then all of the other characters, I can't make an exception for, so I'm just like, there's just too many. And I'm like, why are they continuing to make every new character that comes out like a simp for Rover, while also on top of it, during the current quest, have Yang Yang call you in the background and be like, because I was thinking about you. Oh, I mean, because we were thinking about you. Like, Yang Yang, shut up. Yeah, I don't like it, but I mean, it wouldn't be so bad if they just tone it down just a little bit. Like, you don't have to take it away completely, just tone it down a little bit. But it will be annoying if they do it with every single character.
Our boy Jian might finally get some personality if Geshu is introduced and he's a simp from Rover. And then
I would make an exception for that. I would make an exception for Geshu Lin to be a Rover simp. That I will accept.
And Scar?
I can take that. And Scar, yes. I mean, Scar kind of already is.
A little bit, yeah.
He's like, yeah, and honestly, I would rather have that kind of, I don't want him to be like, do anything for me. I want him to be like, you're gonna die for me. I'd be like, okay, yeah. That's my personal theory.
All right, hey, we all have, weird kinks and fantasies, by all means. I think though, what did you, because like 1.0 had a, very rough start with the story, and like chapters 1 through 4, and then chapter 5 was like, noticeably better, but still kind of rough, and then chapter 6 with Jian becoming a focal point and Geshu becoming a focal point was actually a lot better, but still was still a very average, and I know there are going to be people in the comment section that hate that, but it was still very average. 1.1 was like a significant improvement with Mount Firmament, the story with Jinsen and Changeling, and then 1.2 showed that, even with side characters and side content, you can still have, fairly fleshed out and dynamic story be told that was enjoyable. And then 1.3 with Shorekeeper, like, they could create characters literally on the spot and have them well fleshed out and well liked, and also the fact that she was, in the trailer that was released, for
The
Wuthering
very
Waves, the
first
butterfly.
trailer.
And, like, they were, you know, hinting at tiny little moments like that. So they had actually planned various, like, main story points out way ahead of time that people didn't even notice. Like,
and I honestly think that they're going to be doing that more because of all of the, like, memory flashbacks that Rover has during these, like, big quests, and it's like her remembering things that she said, like, in one of her, like, past lives or whatever. And it, you know, obviously at the time you're like, what? But of course later on, once you figure it out, then it's like, oh my god, that's what she was remembering back in, like, 1.3. So I love that. I love foreshadowing.
I feel like they've gotten a lot better at storytelling since, you know, 1.0 and 1.1. So I do genuinely hope that they keep up. Like, I agree. Earlier you mentioned that it was, like, the story in 1.3 was condensed and was easily digestible. And I feel like major patches like 1.x, 2.x should be kind of like a movie, and so that it should be like a couple hours long, and it shouldn't be a convoluted mess filled with 8 hours of, you know, exposition and, you know, conversations with NPCs you're never gonna see again or that you don't care about, or focusing on like random NPCs, like them having like some sort of medical thing, and then you have to figure out how to fix them, and then they end up dying, and then it's like, why do we just go through all that? I don't even know who this person is. But it's supposed to be emotional.
Yeah, like, what? But with Wuthering Waves, I feel like the big patch quests, like the main story quests, like the you know, like the 2.0, 3.0, like the big quests like that, should really be like how 1.3 was, but of course, like, longer, like you said, like a movie. And it's got a very obvious, like, introduced to, you know, whatever's going on, what the issue is, and of course then you're going into figuring out how to fix the issue. Then you come up to the climax. It's like a very obvious climax and then a very obvious, like, wrap up at the end. And not like some weird callbacks and like circling back around. And there's so many like quests in gacha games that I've done where it's just like they're running in circles with the story, and I'm just like, this is so, they're literally talking in circles, and I'm so tired of it. Like, they've said the same thing over and over again, and then they'll go back and they'll say something different over and over and over again, and then the characters will then repeat it over and over again, and I'm just like, this is so redundant. I don't even know what I'm supposed to get out of this.
We need a skip segment.
Yes.
But not skip scene, skip entire segment.
Yep, and like having full conversations and dialogue that's like 30 minutes long of just unnecessary small talk, or I don't even know, but just like them talking about the issue, and it's like, okay, well, can we move on?
Okay, 2.0.
I hope it'll be better. It's already getting better. It's already getting better. So it's on a good move. So it's looking good. I've got good expectations for it.
So you think it's gonna keep improving, and you think 2.0 is gonna be good?
I think so. I hope so, at least.
Otherwise, you're gonna have to get into another gacha game and start covering the lore of, or?
Yep. We'll see. I mean, I still cover Honkai 3rd, so there's really not much you can do. You can have a dead-ass game, and I will still cover it.
Like Tower of Fantasy, dead?
Yeah, like Honkai Impact 3rd?
Honkai Impact is more popular than Tower of Fantasy, so...
Is it?
If, you know, Twitter, Reddit, and, what is it, like, the sales rankings for characters or anything to go off of? Like, you know, when Zenless releases a new character, or, like, Wuthering Waves releases a new character, you can go to, like, the Japanese sales rankings, you can see, like, how well the game is doing, like, at the launch day of a character. You can see hits, like, top 10, top 5, top 3, right? Honkai Impact still sometimes manages to break, like, top 50.
Oh,
but
interesting.
Tower of Fantasy,
I mean, yeah,
does not
that makes
break
sense,
top
because
100.
whenever, like, whenever they do release a new character, I'm obviously very excited for it every time, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to get them.
And it still has a pretty dedicated player base, I think.
It does. I want to say, even if the players aren't actually playing the game, there is a lot of Honkai Impact Third people that are like very passionate about Honkai Impact Third and the characters and the story. Even if they're not still playing it, they will still post about it and talk about it. The community is very active, whether the game is or not.
No, I get it. I keep up to date with games that I stopped playing years ago still.
Yeah.
For better or for worse.
Yeah. Yeah, I quit playing Genshin, but I still watch all the trailers.
I actually had no idea you played Genshin. I feel like, because...
Yeah, I started with Genshin.
That was your first gacha game ever?
That's how I found Honkai Impact Third. Was through Genshin.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I think I played that for... I think I played it for like a year or two.
Shit.
Probably, yeah, I think I played it for 2 years. But I also started Honkai Third like probably a couple months into playing Genshin. So I was playing both of those. But yeah. And that's what I started streaming and everything like 3 years ago.
Which game do you prefer between Genshin and WoWa?
WoWa, obviously.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
obviously,
didn't even need time to think.
Wuthering Waves. Yeah, no, I will not re-download Genshin. No. There's everyone was asking me if I was gonna play 5. Like Natlan or whatever, 5.0 I think.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, because I know exactly what's gonna happen. It happened last time when I tried to play Fontaine when Fontaine first came out, and I logged in, I re-downloaded Genshin, logged in, and then I got stuck in all these prerequisite quests for literally days before I could even get to Fontaine. And then, of course, I didn't have any of the waypoints on the way there, so I had to walk across the fucking desert of Sumeru to get to fucking Fontaine. So I was like, not Natlan is not happening. Notlin.
Oh my god, yeah, I feel the same way. I actually quit. I started in 1.0 because Hoyo sponsored us to do beta videos and then launch videos, and then they sponsor me every other month. Like, I feel like every month I have a Zenless, a Star Rail, or a Genshin sponsor. And I think I made it all the way through the Raiden Shogun storyline, which was Inazuma, so all of 2.x. And then I was stuck in the downtime between waiting for 3.0 to hit, which was what? Sumeru?
Yes.
Was that 3.0?
Yeah.
And while I was waiting for that, I actually started Arknights, and I was like, holy crap, this is actually more fun than Genshin. So I stopped playing Genshin, and then I started my channel on gacha games anyway.
Yeah, that's kind of how it was for me. Like, I started streaming, and I was streaming Genshin, and then I learned about Honkai Impact Third like a couple months in, so I was still playing Genshin, and then I started playing Honkai Impact Third, and so I was streaming Honkai Impact Third, and I was like, oh my god, this is so good. And then I was like really interested, of course, in the lore and like how the games are connected and stuff like that, because that's what that's what got me into Honkai Impact Third, because everyone was like, oh, the sustainer of Heavenly Principles is Kiana, and I was like, what, who, what? And then they were like, oh, it's from the other game, and I'm like, they have another game? So of course I immediately downloaded Honkai Impact Third, started playing it, fell in love with the characters and the game itself. And so that's pretty much what started my channel. And then of course my love for the like connections between the two games is what started my YouTube channel. And then
look at you now.
Star Rail came out, or I got into the Star Rail beta. And so the Star Rail beta was whenever I really started popping off, because I was like so ready for Star Rail, because it was literally like a sequel to Honkai Impact Third, and I had like gone through, I probably made like 10 videos about the connections between Star Rail and Honkai, and like the imaginary tree and how they're connected, and all like there's so many from like 2 years ago that I made, and that's like what really started my channel and everything. So it all started then, the Honkai. You could say it impacted me.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, but I'm cutting that from the video. That was
Yeah,
horrible.
feel free to just hang up.
Oh man, I almost clicked the red hang up button, and I was ready to just end the call there, and be like, you know what, that was a good video. If I just abruptly end that there, I don't think anyone would be upset with me or judge me harshly.
Oh god, that would be funny.
Speaking of though, to summarize everything, what do you think of Wuthering Waves?
I think it's good. It's good game. Game good.
I think it's
Genshin
good.
could never.
Oh god.
You can cut that out.
No, I'm leaving that in. This is great hate bait right there. 100%.
Kuro Shield.
Dude, do you remember during like the first month of Wuthering Waves release, there was an image circulating that had Tectone, it had myself, it had Shinya, it had Mr. Poke, and
yes.
we were called the Kudo Shield Squad.
Yes, I did.
How much is he paying her for this?
Yeah, what they don't know is that I don't even pay attention to the meta.
Exactly.
I don't pay attention to any of the actual gameplay.
You don't?
I only care about the story. No,
See, here I was thinking you were bouncing between Genshin, Honkai, and then what, because they were all just action games. But no, it turns out
story games. Yeah, no, I don't. That's what my mod does. He goes and he does all the Elusive Realm stuff and all the battle things, because I suck. I can't. I mean, I can do it, but I'm not good.
Hey you, where do you think you're going? Don't you close out of this tab. I didn't give you permission to do that. Sit your ass back down. Click one of the 2 videos that are gonna be on screen in just a moment and keep watching my content. Keep enjoying my content.